Georgia Tech beats Miami in Atlanta in a thrilling comeback win for the Yellow Jackets. Mike Hogewood here along with Christy Winter-Scott. And Christy, it looks like Georgia Tech was dead and buried. They were down 15 points in the second half. How'd they do it?
They did it with their defense. And the energy from Tyaunna Marshall on the offensive end, the team followed suit. They got on board in the second half, did what they needed to do defensively to dig into that lead and eventually win. Tyaunna
Marshall scored more points today than any player has all season long in the ACC. That's impressive.
Well, Tyaunna Marshall was phenomenal today. 18 of 30 from the floor. So efficient, but she did it with power and precision. She was great on defense, but she was in the attack mode all afternoon long.
And Miami had no answer on defense. You knew she was going to the bucket. You knew she was going to be trying to score. And that little step-back move that we saw right there, just so tough to defend, and then the explosion. And here's one of those big defensive plays late in the game.
It was a huge defensive play. That got them the lead and eventually the win, and her teammates were fantastic.
Christy asked Coach Michelle Joseph what the difference was in the second half for the Yellow Jackets.
What did it take in the second half?
Well, a lot of Tyaunna Marshall, obviously. I mean, what a special player. I mean, took over the game both on offense and defense. And, you know, we're just learning how to play Georgia Tech basketball, and we never give up. And that's been what we built this program on, and that's what we strive on. That's what we thrive on. And today I thought it was you got a good dose in the second half of what Georgia Tech basketball is really all about.
What does it mean for the confidence, especially for your young players, to come back in a game like that?
Well, definitely, you know, they've been growing and we've been getting better every day, but it just means a lot going down the stretch to be playing your best basketball. And I said all along, we'd be a very good team in February, and I think in February we're showing we're a pretty good team.
Did this feel like a tournament game?
Definitely felt like a great tournament atmosphere and game, and I want to say thank you to all our fans that were here today because that was a special win for my team.
Congratulations, Coach. Enjoy it with your team. Here we go, Ty. Ty, what an incredible performance today. 37 points for you, but on the defensive end, you were outstanding, especially on that last steal.
I mean, I just knew we had to get a win. We've been on a hot streak lately, and my team, I have the best teammates and the best coaches in the world. And I mean, they told me when I got hot in the first half that this game is on you, and I came out there and I gave everything I had for this team.
And leadership, that comes from you. What do you say to your team, or is it just by actions?
Mostly by actions, but when we get in the huddle, I told them, you know, we were down 15 at one point. I told them it's far from over. We had 6 minutes left, and, you know, as long as we got everything we had on the defensive end, we was going to score, and I had no doubt in my mind everybody just come out here and play their game.
What does this win do for your confidence as a team as you head into the stretch before the ACC tournament?
This is great for our confidence. I mean, we won 3 in a row, 3 big games in a row, and, you know, our team, we have a young team, but we said we were going to get better over the season. The end of the season's here, and we're getting better, and we're ready for the tournament now, and, you know, I'm just ready to play anybody we have to play. I'm not scared. We're not scared at all.
Well, I see that's very evident. Great game today.
Georgia Tech has won 5 out of 7, and I agree with Ty. I don't think you want to play Georgia Tech now, stretch of the season.
No, and the mentality that she just said, we'll play anybody. We're not afraid. Bring them on. So that's the kind of leadership. That's the kind of player who needs to be playing her best basketball. So in turn, her team is playing their best basketball at this time of season.
Well, we're now on to the final week of the regular season in ACC basketball. Then it's the tournament in Greensboro. And these Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets indeed are playing their best basketball of the season.